Cars are on the lead lap, so right now he just needs to back off and let them go. Just finish the race.
We will have a new record speed, 137.706. There are 4 laps to go now. Here's how Dale Earnhardt got up high and bumped the wall in 3.
Goes in turn 3, goes right up to the top of the racetrack. The back end catches the wall. He goes up and gets the front end some heavy damage to this Goodrich Chevrolet.
John, what happened?
Dale has radioed in and told Richard Childress that the 26 car of Brett Bodine is leaking out some fluid out of the overflow. Apparently a little overheating there. He got into it and got up into the wall. He hasn't really said just how badly damaged the car is, but as you can see, it is not as fast as it was. In fact, Andy Petrie has just told him to just hang on, try and finish the race.
Yeah, he's going to finish in 4th position unless the car stops and he loses a lap. But chances are that's not going to happen because there are only 3 laps to go.
2, isn't it 2?
Yeah, 2 laps to go.
When they get back to next time.
Oh, back to next time, too? Okay. All right, we'll see. Whenever we get the white flag, we'll know there's 1 to go. You guys are right, because Doyle Ford is giving the signal right now. 2 laps to go to Mark Martin.
Cale Yarborough won 4 in a row in 76. Waldrop did in 81. Earnhardt did in 87. Gant did in 91. Elliott in 92. And now Mark Martin's about to win his 4th in a row.
And to win the Southern 500, Ned, you know this has to be one of the happiest moments of this young man's life.
No doubt about it. As we've said so many times, this is one of the toughest tracks on the circuit, and if you can beat this track on any given day, it's one of the greatest feelings of accomplishment that you can have. The white flag is out to Mark Martin right now.
1 more lap to go for Mark Martin. This will be his 11th career NASCAR Winston Cup win. It'll be his 4th of this year. And it's his first win ever at this grand old racetrack that has been hosting a NASCAR Winston Cup race on Labor Day weekend since 1950.
And Earnhardt took the white flag, so he will be credited with 4th spot, even though the car shouldn't get back, but it will get back, and Mark Martin wins.
I know one thing for sure. Mark Martin can set on a hot stove and sweat some ice water.
He's been there many times.
You got that right.
The paint scheme Mark is running on his Viagra Ford recalls the early Valvoline years that he had with Jack Roush.
You're the man.
With that big V on the hood.
950, he's a 40.
And that paint scheme. Now that time, Sadler chewed a 1/10 of a second out of Mark Martin's lead.
I think Mark's just being pretty cautious. Doesn't want to make a mistake.
Give me 4 qualifiers.
4 qualifiers, 4 qualifying laps.
That's Todd Parrott talking to Elliott Sadler. Todd Parrott on the left, Elliott Sadler's crew chief.
He can give you 4, but I think he's just going to get you to the back bumper. That's about it.
3 more, Mark. 940, he's a 30.
Think back to the Busch race at Richmond last week. Got knocked out of the way on the last lap. He said, I wouldn't race that way. But would he race that way for $1 million?
He chipped a little more away from it that time, almost a 10th.
Brian Vickers raced that way just to get into this race.
He just doesn't quite have the grip. He's just there, but not quite.
He better hurry, Darrell. 2 to go.
Yeah, Mark just picked up a 10th on him there. So they back us in 4th, about a 10th, one way or the other. Unless Mark makes a big mistake. Don't think that'll happen. Elliott's going to finish 2nd.
Darrell, how does it feel to see that car?
Pretty well, looking good.
See that car so close in front, you can almost reach out and touch it, but you can't get there.
Well, you're just trying to think, what can I do, man? What can I do? I've tried every line. I've done everything I know how to do. Just
Bud, 1 more, you got $1 million, bud. Go get it. 1 more.
1 more, white flag.
And here's what you know about Mark Martin. You know who he'll share that $1 million with? Everybody.
Boy, Elliott Sadler drove it down into turn 1. He used every bit of the racetrack off turn 2. It's just not going to be enough, DW.
No, Mark is just too good, and Elliott's done everything he can, but Mark's just too good. Here he comes off turn 4.
Nice job, bud. Bring it home here now.
Mark Martin wins the Nextel All-Star Challenge and $1,101,000.
Look at this battle for 4th between Jeff Ford and Jimmy Johnson. Jeff Ford will beat him back to the line to finish 4th. Jimmy Johnson 5th, and their teammate Brian Vickers finishes 3rd.
That pass right there cost Jimmy Johnson about $120,000.
We just won $1 million.
Yesterday, Mark Martin, although this is his final season in Nextel Cup, he did not rule out a return to the All-Star race next year.
This will lock him in for a while
I'll be back
longer.
next year if y'all give me a ride.
There you
go. That seals the deal.
There you
That's it.
go.
Just what we wanted to hear.
I'll be back next year.
Look at Jack.
Gotta love it.
Kansas last year, Mark Martin this year.
It's the twilight of his Nextel Cup career, but Mark Martin is not going gently into that good night. He's going to stay around and win a few.
I don't need no rocking chair.
No, sir. A crewman has gone and got the checkered flag from the starter stand.
That's the way we always did it right there, boys. Right around the track carrying that checkered flag. It's the best feeling in the world.
They're going to lead you around there and spread some money in front of you or something like that. I love it, man. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much.
You just don't know what that means.
From the smallest fifth mile to the biggest tracks in the country, this is what the winners do on Saturday night. They take the checkered flag, they take a well-earned victory lap, one hand hard on the flag, one hand on the wheel, and often eyes filling with tears. What a great sight.
Five to go for him, Dave.
And speaking traffic, Wally, almost to the car, they're saying get the X out of the way, get the Y out of the way. Whatever car's in front of them, get them out of the way. Talking to the spotter.
Yeah, when you come up on these slower cars, you want to make sure that they know you're coming or you're the leader. Give plenty of room.
Last week, Mark out of the race early at Talladega. You could hear the disappointment in his voice. You could see it in his face. This was going to be his last season.
Get him out of the way. Pull more.
Yeah, what he doesn't want these guys in front of him to start racing side by side. That would really be trouble for him.
Well, that'd be Mark. Kevin LePage. Oh, I thought Mark were in the wall. Kevin
LePage pulls down.
Lets him go by.
Car owner Jack Roush looking on. Biffle picked up a little bit of ground there.
You're the man. Get the forward and
Way to go for Mark Martin. He will have to get by Mike Wallace.
I think Mike Wallace already pointed out the window to go low.
Wallace in the 4 car. Drifts up the hill. Mark gets him on the backstretch. Biffle trying to close in. 2.5 laps to go. Labeled this season the salute to you, Corps, the salute to the fans. This was going to be Mark's last season, his last full-time season in the Nextel Cup Series. Right now has plans to return next year because Jack Roush needs him in that car.
And Jack Roush has got to be an extremely happy man. 3 cars, 3 Roush cars running 1, 2, 3.
He's not happy yet.
Oh, that's true, because it's not over.
Last lap at Kansas.
There's the cat in the hat.
I think Mark's got plenty of buffer right now between him and Biffle.
Looking to get by Dale Jarrett.
And Jarrett does move over. Let Mark go. 0.6 of a second back to Biffle. I don't think Greg can catch him.
Last week we asked Mark about his 34 wins, what the next one would mean. He said he really didn't care about the next race win. He just wanted the championship. But he's going to get the win. Win number 35 for Mark Martin.
You guys for such a great car. You're a brilliant man.
It's anybody's race as Martin tries to beat Montoya in one, and Montoya gets there first.
Comes Kurt Busch on the inside of Denny Hamlin trying to make it 3 wide. Montoya made a great start there. He laid back a little bit and got a nice run.
He timed it perfectly. That's how you have to do it to try to maintain that with that outside car having the control.
Here comes Hamlin. He's cleared Jimmy Johnson.
Side by side, they are door to door out of turn 4, and Martin will take the advantage by a car
What a
length.
move. Wow, that was a great run off of that corner for Mark Martin. That might have been the move that wins him this
Not
race.
so fast right here. Montoya's still looking hard, chewing on that rear bumper.
Comes Hamlin to the outside.
This is what Mark Martin wants to see in his mirror.
Martin has never won a race at New Hampshire.
See Kyle Busch there on the outside of Jimmy Johnson, trying to take that 4th spot away. Got a spin off of turn 4.
He's already taken the white flag.
So they'll race back here to the checkered flag.
Caution's not out yet. They're still racing. No caution yet.
They got cars sitting here. They're going to have to throw the caution.
Still not out.
Still not out. It's going to come to the checkered flag.
Now the caution's out.
And it is officially over.
Watch out, watch out.
As soon as that caution comes out, the field is frozen, and so Mark Martin was automatically the winner.
Yeah, NASCAR did everything they could to let these guys race it back to the finish line there, but A.J. Allmendinger couldn't get his car started until these guys were coming off of turn 4.
He really is unbelievable. What a move. You know, to hold off Montoya, who has just been the most aggressive, fastest car out there today.
I'm speechless. I can't talk right now, boys. Sorry, we'll get it out once you get over here in a minute, sir.
He's on a mission. Boy, but Mark is not checking up for anybody. 2 laps to go. Mark Martin's driving that thing like it's worth $1 million and more. That's just the bonus. That's the $1 million. Yeah, that's not counting the purse money, which is several $100,000. I haven't seen Mark drive like this in a year. He has only led 42 laps. Jimmy Johnson led 263. Ricky Rudd led 49 laps. And he's catching the cars in exactly the right places. He gets his nose down under him, puts the car between he and Kenton. 1 to go, baby. Flag. Mark, you are the man tonight. Mark Martin has never won the Noble $1 million bonus. This is his 9th try at it. He hasn't won since April of 2002, agonizing years. Boy, he's got just a little bit more traffic here. Here comes Kentis. A little bit, boy. He's got a lot of traffic. Kentis is in worse shape. He's hung up back here as well. Mark Martin has never won the 600 at Charlotte. He has now. Now he has. Mark Martin wins the Coca-Cola Racing Family 600. Comes Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon and out. Jeff Gordon just barely battle for 5th. Battle for 5th. Yep. And Jimmy Johnson ends up in 7th. Look at this group. Boy, that is a happy bunch. Well, they split the bonus with Mark and the rest of that team. On Memorial Day weekend, a real racing veteran wins the Coke 600. You've got it. It's his 4th win here at Charlotte in 35 starts. 19 years of trying. Mark Martin has finally won the 600. Uh-oh, where's he going here, guys? Where is he going? I'm the track. Martin we hadn't seen in a long time. There is a happy boy. He's going anywhere he wants. How about that? Let me tear up his infield. And you know what? These fans are loving it. I don't know if there's anybody here that didn't want to see Mark Martin win this race. Oh, that's a great win. It's his 33rd career victory, his 22nd Super Speedway win, and it's the 4th straight Ford win in NASCAR's longest race. And I'm proud for Ben Leslie, his crew chief, never won a Winston Cup race. Remember, the crew swap with Kurt Busch and Mark Martin at the beginning of the year. Both these race teams are better. Listen to them. $1 million richer is this woman right here, Janet Hogan of Sterling, Virginia. Look, did you see that face? Dick Bergeron with Mark Martin's crew. Ben Leslie never won one of these things as a crew chief. How gut-wrenching were those last 5 or 10 laps?
It was terrible, especially to be up against Matt Kenseth, who I was fortunate enough to be involved with when he won the Coke 600. And as it worked a year, I knew how good he could get up on the wheel. I mean, it was something that it was real gut-wrenching because Matt actually was a little bit faster. Like I say, I'd like to take this second to dedicate this race to a real good friend of mine who died about 2 weeks ago, Big Jim Klopfelter. This race is for him.
And this place is full of people from Kenseth's pit and from Mark Martin's pit. The whole Roush organization is crowded around. To Matt.
Well, Dick, Matt Kenseth nearly pulled off his second Coke 600 victory. Lap cars get in the way, Matt.
Well, a little bit, but they're racing for position too. So in that position, you gotta get everything you can get. Real proud of my DeWalt guys. We had an uphill battle all day, and I think we broke a valve spring or something right at the end, and I had to let off the gas real early. So I thought like we had a little bit better car than Mark, but he had a good car, and I'm happy to see him win. Maybe I'll put him in a better mood.
Certainly, though, definitely, I think that'll happen. We might see a smile from Mark, but certainly Roush Racing had a great night tonight. General must be smiling.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we ran really good. I mean, we were a threat to win it. The 48 was definitely the class of field and has problems in the pits, but the 6 was there all night. We were there all night, and I feel real good about our DeWalt AT&T crew. They did a good job.
Matt Kenseth, second top 5 in the Coke 600.
Now, let me get this right. Matt thinks he broke a valve spring. Darrell thinks he broke his money clip.
But I like what he said. Maybe Mark will be in a little bit better mood now.
Show me the money.
I love it.
Following the money trail to victory lane.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm happy for the fan. I mean, you think about it.
Kenseth second, as we've seen. Ricky Craven finishes third. Ricky Rudd is fourth. Jeff Gordon fifth. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Michael Waltrip, Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace are the top 10. Dick Berggren's with the third place finisher.
And Ricky Craven has just sat on the roof of his race car, not feeling well. How rough a run was that?
It's great when you're disappointed with third, isn't it? I wanted to win this race so bad. I circled this race back in January. This is the one I wanted, but we came up short, so I'm going to have to get Mike at Southern 500. And we're in the No Bowl race in Daytona, so that's always exciting. And anybody can, use a little extra cash. And Winston's been quite generous. So it was a great night, a great effort. I mean, I'm so proud of these guys. We're running in-house chassis. Yates has given us awesome power, and they make it pretty easy on me.
If you're wondering how demanding this is, take a look at this man's face. To Matt.
Well, Jeff Gordon, where do we begin? What a night of adjustability for you and this team.
Well, I tell you, it's just a great effort. I think this shows a lot about, the strength of this team. I mean, they're not going to give up, and a top 5 right now means a whole lot to us, and I think I showed how much it meant to me when I was battling Stewart and Rudd there at on the last lap. That was a great battle. I had to run them down low. I mean, when you got a No Bowl million on the line in Daytona for the Pepsi 400, can't give up those top 5s. And thought I had a shot at Rudd for 4th, but guys just did a great job adjusting the DuPont Chevrolet. I just can't thank them enough. It was an awesome night for us.
What about a wild run to the finish?
I mean, these days you got to battle hard for every position, and just thank God that it was a safe race. And me and Stewart were bumping and banging. I love racing him. I don't know if he was upset at me there or not, but I think when he cools down, he'll know why. But why we had to race like that. But I just can't thank DuPont and Quaker State Pepsi, GMAC, Fritos, and Tropicana, everybody on board here, Lowe's. I thought Jimmy's going to win that thing tonight. It's unfortunate to see him fall back there, that pit stop. But it was a great pit stop there. That last one got us up in the top 5, and the adjustments were perfect. If I could have just got a little bit better track position, we'd have been styling.
In 19 starts at Charlotte, Jeff Gordon earns his 10th top 5 finish.
And as he said, he got that 5th place finish, which puts him in the No Bowl 5 at Daytona. Welcome to our Coca-Cola Racing Family 600 post-race show, where Mark Martin and a lucky fan are each going to get $1 million bonus for winning the 600 here at Charlotte tonight. Victory Lane has been moved from its traditional position behind pit road out to the front straightaway so all the fans can enjoy it. For the first time in 2 years, Mark Martin is going to climb out in our Circuit City Winners Circle.
Terrific, man. Terrific.
All right, Mark Martin celebrating with his son, Matt.
Janet, where's Janet?
Mark, you get $1 million bonus, but perhaps more importantly, last year people wrote you off. They questioned your will to win, and here you are in victory lane.
Right here now. Right there. Now she's a millionaire. She's a millionaire. But I'm giving most all mine away to these guys. I told them they could win that race. They could have most of my part of that money, a big part of it. I might keep just a little bit. But I can't win in a slow car. And this Viagra team, they buckled down. They put me in a race car that could win. They gave me the lead with 4 tires. And everything was perfect.
Well, let's talk to the newest millionaire. How excited are you?
I don't even know what to say. It's hard to believe, but I've been saying it all week. We're going to win. I said, Mark Martin's going to win.
Can he drive or what?
And now, Mark, you said earlier this season you thought a win was around the corner, but the wins are not guaranteed. Will you savor this one? It's been so long.
I don't know if I'll ever win another one. You can believe. I'm going to party all night, and I don't even drink. We'll have lots of Gatorade, and just want to thank, you know, the Maxwell House and the Kraft brand and Goodyear for such a great tire. And Ford Taurus, this team gave me the lead, though. They're the ones that won this race.
But, Mark, personally, is it vindicating for you after you were written off?
Nah, I don't know how we're going to win Dover. We got to start studying tonight.
Thanks, Mark.
Mark Martin and our Circuit City winner, Circuit City, we're with you. Boy, that clock turns back to 0 pretty quickly, Darrell.
It's a typical